Alex, your bar proposal.
Oh, right.
Alex is going to talk to you about bars, people. Here you go.
Hi, gang. Right. It's been something that has been talked about, potentially maybe in the future one day, having a student bar or something like that in Heythrop, and it's always been too outlandish, and it's been right that we haven't pursued it, because until now I don't think the opportunity was there. However, it's a very different time, as I've noted on the motion. Heythrop is in a very unique place. We don't know where we're going in the future. Lots of the resources that we use, like ULU and all of that, might not be there forever. You know, UCL and all that. So we need to make sure that we have the facilities on site, and lots of members of the staff are talking about that. I think the time is right, and I've talked to quite a lot of members of staff. I've talked to the Estates Committee as part of the governing body about the potential of doing something like this. And I've so far only got green lights. I must admit, I went into this wanting just to create a document to say, for future unions, this is where you can't have a bar. However, literally I've come across no resistance. So I thought, well, if we're there, we might as well talk about it. I'm going to create a very, very enormous, rigorous piece of paper, or block of paper, that will outline why and how this will operate. I can't tell you right now how we're going to employ everyone, what the costs are going to be. It's just too up in the air. It depends so much on catering and upstairs and management and everything. However, I think if we state now that we want this and that this is something that we're interested in, I think the college will listen to us at this point. I think we're in a very unique place for Heythrop, and I think we can expand our facilities if we have the want. And that's what I want to test, really, if we've got the want for it. But yeah, that's all I want to say. I think it's achievable. But yeah, it's up to you. Cheers.
Does anybody have a speech against the motion to look for a bar? Shock that. Any general questions to the Vice President as to what this entails or what it will involve? John?
Is there an idea of where it would be?
Well, I mean, the somewhat obvious place would be here, I guess, because that, if you go through that wall, is the kitchen. And that's where the loading and unloading of stock for the kitchen goes. But then again, quite a lot might be up in the air. I don't want to speculate as to where or what. I mean, that building over there is becoming available because the assumption they're moving out of it. There are lots of places within Heythrop where this is feasible and this is possible. But I suppose the obvious place would be there. But again, it's far too early, and I will be presenting more and more to you if you vote for this as to possibilities and whereof. And I'm sure the college will give me a million back and forths and yeses and nos, probably a lot of nos. But it depends very much on where, you know, it depends on them, I guess. Does that satisfy your question? Yes.
Right, any other general comments or questions before we go ahead? Right, we'll take some votes. All those in favour of mandating the Vice President to look into the possibility of a bar?
Love you guys.
All those against? One. And
Save space.
don't be calling people dicks. Right. And any abstentions? That motion clearly passes. Heythrop is clearly thirsty. Here we go.